we filmed in 2020, the footage got fucked, end of the year, we had a good 3 episodes, but you know what? We move, you're here now, we'll go again, we move again.
Yeah.
So how you been? I've been seeing you doing your thing, you know. Big yourself up.
I'm trying to do my thing, man.
Love that.
No, yeah, I'm trying to stay busy, man. I'm trying to get professional with it now.
That's good. Yeah.
As you should, man. As you should. Use your gift.
Yeah, man.
Use your gift.
Definitely.
Big
Can't
talker.
take it for granted, you get me?
So when the things that you've been doing, when you're doing them, are you thinking, okay, cool, I'm doing this, like you're selective in what you're doing, or you don't really mind so much? For example, like obviously everybody have to live, everybody have to get paid. Do you mind if it's something that you want to do, or what's your meds on how you choose?
You know what it is, yeah? Especially like this year, I'm kind of, because like you said, innit, money off a mech, you understand?
No, trust me,
I'm
I
kind
understand.
of, 2020 for me was when I said, yeah, innit, this is like my income, this thing, innit, I'm dedicating myself to this thing, entertainment, whatever you want to call it, innit? And before that, it was kind of like, it was serious, but at the same time, I didn't really understand what I was doing, innit? I kind of just thought that, because I'm not an artist or a like producer or promoter, I just thought, what I'm doing is not a profession, innit? But at the same time, I'm thinking, raw, people are giving me money and I'm having to go here and invoice and rare time. I'm saying, this is a profession, this is a job. So kind of like halfway through 2019, I kind of said, yeah, man, I know what 2020 is going to be that year, innit? I made myself be in a position where I could turn it into like a career, you understand? So yeah, like I said, 2020, I kind of got a real taste of like the industry, if you want to call it that, innit? So 2021 now, I kind of say, obviously it's still all new to man, innit? I can't move like I'm no veteran, but kind of cause the scene, if you want to call it that, is so fast paced that there's people after man now, you get me? So it's like...
How long have you been doing it? Just
only like 2-3 years maybe, but like I said, cause it's so new, I think it kind of gives people the illusion that like I'm a veteran in this thing, and you get me? I'll say like the proper like veterans in this, like what man's doing in like the Poets, Chucky, Steve-O, like they've been doing this, innit? Like whatever this is, they done it. Arnold, when he was Squeezy, you get me? So there's man have been doing this, you get me? So kind of what I am now is like kind of after all of that. So I've kind of seen, all right, cool. And like I said, 2019 was when I kind of realized like, raw, I'm one of them, man, kind of thing, innit? And before I kind of thought I wasn't, innit? I kind of thought I'm just a guy, innit? So yeah, 2020, I kind of thought, yeah, I'm gonna kind of narrow down like my accessibility, innit? I'm gonna try only be seen in places like that matter, innit? Not like clout-wise or anything, but like for me, innit? There's a lot of things that I could be doing that it don't really make sense sometimes.
It don't make sense.
Yeah, so...
It's gotta make sense.
So we saying down to Mars makes sense?
Yeah, man, it makes
I
sense.
love that, man. Come on,
it
man.
makes sense. But
you know,
yeah,
that's mad though. I wanted to ask you, for the culture,
yeah.
are we gonna get another episode?
Nah, definitely, man. I
It's
don't know.
been a while, man.
Do you know what it is? I don't know if
Time
you
you
see.
see,
I don't know if you see. And Tricky's got something called Truth Be Told.
Very
that's on
sick.
Link Up
Love
TV
that.
right now, which is
Bad boy
serious.
show.
And kind of me and Trick, like that's my big bro. You get me? And a lot of what I do now is because of him. Like the lane I've taken, you get me, for the culture is a large chunk of like what I do. Even though it's kind of not. It might not look like it's going on right now, but it's a large part of me. You understand? So. Tricky now, our thing's all about balance, you feel me?
Yeah.
And kind of just energies, innit? Like, Truth Be Told is serious, for the culture serious. Like, man ain't trying to be sitting down like 3 times a week speaking about madness, you understand? So it's like, he's doing Truth Be Told right now. It's going well, it's flying. We are gonna probably start we are starting for the culture again soon. Truth Be Told will probably go on alongside it, but again, it's all about balance. You get me?
Balance
we don't
is
want
the key
to,
word,
man. Because one thing I clocked about this thing, now that I'm doing it professionally, if you want to call it that, like it's a part of my life. You understand? And energy is real. Like not all it. Like I got other things in my life as well. You understand? So it's like balance, like I said, innit?
And as you said, you don't want to be sitting down multiple times.
Yeah, man, you don't want
heavy stuff all the time anyway. Like
it's because there's for the culture, innit? Like, that's man's thing, innit? And not everything about our culture is sad and depressing.
No,
and
it's
there's
true.
beautiful things, you
Yeah,
understand?
yeah,
So that's what we're trying to portray, innit? So man ain't trying to sit down and have like 2 episodes a week about knife crime and in the past when man's in jail and so it's like, for the culture will always go on.
I'm glad to hear
Good
that,
to
man.
hear.
Yeah, because
Definitely,
we were speaking. We was like, "Rah, I was listening to Rissa yesterday. Rah, what like? Have you seen what's going on with when's another episode comes out? You must get it a lot in it." So
You know it is, like I said, like
High in demand, yeah.
because we've like, well, me myself, because I've kind of like, I'm treating this like a career now, innit? And before I kind of wasn't, innit? So even though for the culture was important and everything, I kind of just saw it as something I do like for myself kind of thing. Like it's just a personal, I link up with my brethren every week, every fortnight or so, and man just sit down and man just talk about life.
Just
And
chatting,
it creates a conversation for the week, for the month, or whatever, how long the episode has this little buzz, and we kind of just go again in it, and it's kind of a beautiful thing, car. It's always gonna be there. That's the good thing with the internet, man. I said, you get me? It's man. We can't take these things for granted. Even what you lot are doing in it, these are things that we're gonna be able to look on our youth, them, other people's children, other parents, and say like, rah. You get me? Because there's a lot of fuckery on the internet all the time. You get me?
But even when you're saying about the heavy stuff in for the culture, and I think that there's longevity in that, because you must get people coming to you like, "Raw, you know, I've been in this situation. You lot spoke on this situation."
Yeah.
Do you get that a lot? Like
We
people coming
do in it, but again, we kind of have to let people know, like, we don't want to push this narrative. Like, me and Tricky understand that the way we lived was quite, we fit into a lot of stereotypes, and we're not trying to push that. Man ain't trying to sit down every week and talk about how we used to live, because it's not that important, and that's what we're trying to show these youths, innit? Like, there's more to life than that, innit? Where even if you were living that way for 10, 15 years, you have to realise that was fuck all, innit? And fair enough, it's made you the man you are today, and thank the Lord that you got through, innit? But now you're through, what are you gonna do with it now? You're gonna sit there and talk about it all the time. Man's past it, you understand? So it's energies, it's new, innit? Like, guys like Tricky, and they're the way I lived, they were some of the first kids to live like that in the city that we're from, you understand? Obviously there's bare man that's been gang member and rare tape, but like, black people in England even, like, we're new, like, we only got like 2-3 generations here, you understand? So it's like, man, do we want to start off on that foot? You get me? I don't want to, like, it's already there, innit? We already got people pushing that agenda. So right now that like the black British thing is kind of booming right now for the youth, and it's all looking, like, it's looking nice, you get me? So it's all about pushing the positive agendas, and even when we speak about the negative things, we have to watch how we speak about it and not glorifying, and understanding people that are, you might see as quote unquote glorifying it now, like the youth them, like, it's all about understanding them, man. You get me?
Do you think it's glorifying it though?
Do you know what it is, yeah? I understand, I don't think it's glorifying it, innit? But I understand how certain, I'm not an idiot, I understand how certain people will say that that's glorifying it. Because it is what it is.
But I think social media makes it seem like
100%, man.
Do you know what I mean? People have been documenting stuff.
What it is, yeah. Like I said, man, we're new. There's literally been, like, if we really want to talk about it, this is like the 3rd generation of like roadman, like properly. Like, if man be on it, because we're new in it, man. My dad wasn't even born in this country. He come here very young. When he come here, there was man on whatever they were on. My dad's born in the 60s. There wasn't gangs and that. Man that would know about gangs and all of them, it's probably man born in that later 70s, 80s, and you get me? Then it's 90s, man, like myself, born in the 90s, and that's when these late 70s, early 80s, man, were doing whatever they were doing. That's when I was born, you get me? So then early 2000s or whatever, that's when I was doing whatever I was doing. That's when the youth them now was born. You understand? So it's like, it hasn't been a long time. No one really knows what they're doing like that. And it's like, man ain't trying to push that, man.
No,
it's still, the fact is early, man's kind of in control. Like, I know it's mad, It looks mad, innit? Like I said, to the outsider, it will look like man's glorifying it and, oh, why are you talking about this?
No, but I don't think talking your truth or
but I know it sounds fucked, yeah? For a lot of people's youth, for a lot of these youths, it's not even their truth, innit? In the beginning, they'll chase that for it to be their truth. And that's what the issue is, innit? That's what the issue is. You get me? But
it's how do you even, that's a conversation.
It's hard, innit? Because even I was a youth like that. One day I was rapping about shit that wasn't real. A man were in my face like, what the fuck are you talking about? Then one day they couldn't say that to me no more. Literally, I know it sounds, one day they couldn't say, "Raw, what are you talking about?" Because they know, you get me? And
But what changed then? What changed between you going from...
At what point?
I know it sounds fucked, It's like you set a standard for yourself. That's the way I saw it for myself, innit? I think when I speak about this thing, I speak about it personally, innit? I'm not really speaking for anybody else. If people can relate to what I'm saying, then they can, innit?
You can only speak for yourself.
But I'm speaking for myself in that. It's like I'll say things or get into altercations or situations, and it's like, I gotta meet that now. I gotta be that guy, bruv. And like I said, even though I'm speaking for myself, that's probably everyone. You get me? You get me? Man are writing checks that they can't really cash out in real life. You get me?
That's what it is.
And you have to keep.
That's what it is.
Keep the same energy.
You get me?
It's exhausting.
Maintain the energy.
Bro, it's exhausting keeping up that appearance. It must be tiring for them.
But that's like we was talking about last episode. Like you can't be one way. You can't present yourself to be
one way. No, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
You end up getting yourself in a real sticky
Be yourself,
sitch.
man. Be yourself.
Be true to
You
yourself.
got to, man.
No,
you
for
got
real.
to, man.
But I suppose it's good, that young men that like have options now. You get me? Because probably when you was younger, when you was looking up to people, whatever, there's probably one of two options. Let me guess, football or trapping. You know what I'm saying? But now people see like, okay, cool, you can be a content
The
creator.
only really positives that I saw when I got to like my late teens was like music or football. Like there was no like podcast and cameraman. There was, don't get it twisted, but it's like we didn't know about all that.
Yeah, it's in a
You get
different
me?
form. There will always have, I feel like we always would have
100%.
existed.
Yeah.
But you do it in a different way. Do you know what I mean?
It was all about, because we're just, it's a lot of these generations of boys that man's speaking about is just, man, we're just trying to find ways to express ourselves, you get me? So maybe this podcast thing, I think, no, it sounds mad. I think it's going to be a mad thing. You're probably going to have gang podcasts soon. Man sitting there. I know it sounds mad.
But everyone talking about
I know it sounds mad. You're going to
No, but if people want to hear it.
You're going to hear, you're going to see
People
man
would listen.
sitting down in their balaclavas and that, not talking about real issues. Don't get it twisted.
Don't even give them the idea because it's
No, but I know I'm saying don't want to give them the I want to give them the idea.
Yeah, because it might be a big outlet. Like,
Some of the conversations that these youths will have, and because I'm not even gonna lie, before, and I'll talk it into existence again. Before lockdown happened, me and Tricky, we was really planning to get a lot of young people down and for the culture.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's a thing where, because of our audience, man might see me as a young, wise man, but I'm 30 years old in October. I'm getting on, you get me? Who gives a fuck? I know it sounds about who gives a fuck, but what I think of this thing, in effect, it don't even matter like that, because it don't affect me, really. I'm kind of past it, there's the afters and the mental whatever, but when it comes to the youth them that's going through it, then I'm not that in it. So it's all good me saying all this, and do this and put the knife down and it's not worth it and rare. Brother, you spoke to me 6-7 years ago, I was chatting shit. You get me? So it's like, man, I want to speak to them man there. Cause there's gang members. I was one of them man there. I know it sounds mad. I've never changed. I always say that to people. All this, put the knife down. I've always been like that. I'll have a mad thing on my hip and tell you, what are you doing? You get me? I wasn't that kind of guy. No, I know it sounds mad. I understood what I was doing at a point. I felt, what I understand now is that things that I felt I need to do, I know I don't have to do that anymore. But at a point, it's like I knew right from wrong. it clicked. But at the same time, I still felt I had to carry on a certain way to survive. But then when I really clocked hold on, it's not even that. This thing is way smaller than it is. Like when I look at the bigger picture, this is a tiny part of me. You get me? And I'm contributing too much of myself to this.
That's good that you were able to look at it like that.
But I had the excuses, you get me? I got older, I had a youth, I lost friends, you get me? So it's like, man got to that. A lot of youths don't get to learn. Yeah. So it's not like I'm no genius youth. It's got, I'm the same as any other man. There's 1,000 Lippies. You get me? I'm just the one that went on YouTube. Yeah. That's all it is. So it's like, man's just trying to encourage that, like bring yourself forward, innit? Because why there's so much road youths is because that's all the youths that man can see, innit? That's what's shown to us. That's the agenda that's pushed, innit? But if man push like the wise man, because it happens, man. Like, man, I'm 29, you get me? When I was younger, like 21, 22, I was warring man that was my age. But man my age, it's almost like it's not like that anymore. But it's like no one takes notice to them kind of things, innit? That raw shit has died down. Like it's not a mad thing no more. Man's on the same estates and same places where madness is going in. But it's not happening no more. What changed? Yeah. Man ain't trying to take notice of that. Man not only trying to take notice of, why are the youth them becoming gang members? Man know that. It's dead. Man, that conversation's tired. We understand all the factors and man need to understand what in these youth somehow clicks to make them magically stop. Because it's not like LA where you got man with tattoo on their face and that because they all been licking man down when they're still 40 and that. In England, it's like man magically just be like, fuck this, I'm old. And it's like, man don't want to concentrate on that. Man don't want to be transparent about their transition, innit?
I think what you said about becoming a father, it stands out to me because I feel like you got 3 daughters.
Yeah, 3 little girls.
And maybe if you had a son, it might be different. But I think maybe as the father of girls, that probably woke something up in you.
100%.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because I think girls face a different threat, like not gang stuff and stuff, like girls that are growing up. I think that really, so I think probably that would be, would you say that's a massive...
Yeah, it was I just thought that as soon as I even knew I was having a little girl, like...
Change up the mix.
Yeah, like, I just thought, yo, man, you get me? I took a look at myself, innit? I thought a lot of shit that I'm doing, like, this is crazy, like. When I actually put it down on paper, like, none of this shit makes sense, innit? Like, for a man, like, for the things that these hands are touching, man shouldn't be touching no child, you get me? Yeah. So it's like, man, I have to switch it up, you get me? Boy or girl, you get me? I reckon even if I had a son, I probably would have changed, but it would have been because of other reasons, you get me? But like you said, because it's little girl, and I had another little girl and then another little girl, I was like, yeah, bro, nah, man can't.
Especially in the times we're living in as well, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
for girls, for women,
it's actually you see everything that's going on.
I got bigger fish to fry than the roads. That's the way I saw it.
Realistically.
You mad? 3 girls. Think I got time to care about gang shit? That's a headache. I can't do that.
Yeah.
There's TikTok and all this fuckery that I have to fight now. So it's like, it's a madness.
They're the friendly threats. There's real threats out there.
There's real threats. Those are the ones I can control.
It's mad.
We see it in the media all the time, like, and it's even mad, like, how many times, every time I leave Use Lot and I'm going home, I always, before even any of these things happen, I'm always the first, I'm paro, like, I'm always like, I'll call you and be like, right, I'm just going in now, it's calm.
Right to be paro.
But it's like, it's instilled in us, like, the other day, I was out and I said to you guys, I told you the other day, innit, that I was walking, it was when when it snowed, it was proper icy, I was walking to the dentist, and I was slipping like down the road. I'm not gonna lie, I had Ugg boots on.
Slipping and sliding.
Skiing to the dentist. And this man just pulls up next to me and he's like, are you alright? And I was just like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, he was just like, oh, like, you look like you're struggling. I was like, no, I'm alright. Obviously I was. He was like, I can drop you to where you're going, you know. I was thinking,
no, sir.
He was a big man. And I was thinking,
that's what.
Why would you say that? Like, I'm actually thinking like, what's going on here? Because maybe it was innocent, innit? Maybe it wasn't anything mad, but I just thought...
But it's fucked that as a woman.
We have to think like that. Because what would happen if I got in that car now?
You have to consider
Obviously, I wouldn't have, but like some people would. Some people would have thought like, well, actually...
That's another thing. about having daughters. And I'll be honest, even though it's shit in a lot of ways, social media as well, like it makes you open to a lot of people's experiences. Like when I was younger, I didn't understand it was that bad, innit? I kind of thought, yeah, I know girls go through things and that, but like me and my friends, this is the way I saw it, innit? It was like me and my friends, man's kind of governing around here. Man, where we're at, where the guys, innit? Man control what's going on. And in man's little bubble, it felt like the whole world at that time, innit? And in man's little bubble, it's like you can't do them things, that you can't box girl, you can't be forcing yourself on girl, you can't. So man thought, man, yeah, man's regulating, you get me? No one round here is going through them thing there, but when you get older and you speak to these women, it's like, raw,
that's really cool.
and it's like, even when you get older, and even when you like, me, I know it sounds mad, me personally, I don't think I've done anything that a girl could look back and say, raw, like, Lippy, you was on the mad thing. But I've definitely seen things. Not man that are around me now, but man that I've been around.
Yeah.
I've seen them do things that at the time I might have had a little, you get me? Things that could never ever slide now, you get me? Yeah. And it makes man think now, raw, innit? Like, how much times does this happen, innit?
Well, it's funny
And it's
to
like,
say that, because even I remember last year when that list come out, and I know that you was on that list, innit? So even like hearing you say that, obviously, how did you feel when you saw your name on that list?
You know what it is, yeah? Shall I be brutally honest, yeah? When I saw, at first I was wilding.
I can imagine.
But then, yeah, I thought there's two things in it. I thought, one, if I move mad, I'll look guilty. And I thought, two, the reality of this thing, anyone can do this, innit? So my reaction was like, I ain't done nothing, I swear, innit? But all you people that's like on a, oh, Lippy's too real to do this and allow that, innit? Because you don't even know, man, innit? And and that's the reality. Anyone is capable of this fuck.
But people will feel like they know.
Because you know what it is? It took a while for me to even get that. That right, anyone is like, you don't even know, fam. Like, it could be your brethren
behind closed doors.
Like, you don't know, like, you get me? So it's like, yo, man, like, there's a situation, this was probably about closer to a decade ago, innit? Guy, there's a youth in my area, good youth, like, footballer youth, proper. Man's always seeing this youth, like, he's just a youth, you always see him with this football red hair. Man can't tell me nothing fucking about this youth. The man's hearing booky stuff about the youth. To the extent where man's trying to govern it, like, yo, anyone that's talking mad about my man, man's gonna mash you up, cause he's a good youth. And you're talking mad about my man. Yeah, back in the thing. Okay. Saying, man are hating, you know them way, they're all of that, like, man, he's a good youth. You're trying to lean up on the youth, louder youth. But done couple years, not even couple years later, I'm not even gonna lie, recently, like around that time, man's hearing the mad thing. And it's dead there, newspaper, everything. Man just thinking, yo.
You can't.
Like, you don't, like, and it's like, man, you do not know, like, you don't know. Like, I know it sounds far, even to the extent, I've got daughters. My daughters are walking and talking, they're intelligent females already. I could see that.
Amen.
I believe anything they tell, man. I'm that kind of father. I'm not an idiot. I'm not gonna make my youth go through trauma for pride. On a what? Uncle Red here done that to you? No way, man. That's my brethren. What? I'll mash him up.
Yeah.
I know it sounds fucked. It's that. Because it's and I don't. And I'll be honest, innit? Before, I didn't have this mind state. So
what was your mind state before?
I don't know. I know it sounds fucked. I kind of just didn't think about it. I kind of just didn't.
You felt far away, like not close to
I know it sounds mad, like, I'll be brutal, like me, I have to be real, innit? With the way I gather information about this thing, even to things as soon as the other day, like 2 days ago, yeah, there's this lady in the news now, she got killed by the police officer, yeah? R.I.P. Sarah, yeah? And I seen someone online say something, innit? Yeah, a celebrity. Then someone responded to her saying, a woman is killed in the UK by a man every 3 days or something.
That's crazy.
I know, but hear this, yeah? When I saw that, yeah, I'll be honest, I said, there is no way that can be true. I said, what? That? No, just listen. I just thought, how? Because me and my little road mind thinking, how? What gal is getting shot? And which gal? What? You know them ones, like a dickhead. Me, big 29. But if I've gone on Google, do you think I had to search deeply? I said, raw. Yeah. Like, that's the world we're living in. So it's like, so how can I even be vexed at a woman, for being fearful of me even? It's like, yo, I just got to conduct myself out here and make sure whoever's around me is conducting themselves. Yeah.
It's important.
You get me? And it's like, I didn't understand how important that was. Yeah. And I need man to realize how dangerous that is. Because it's like, I'm not saying you might do the mad thing, but you will let the mad thing happen, innit? Yeah. And the fact...
Or you will hear a story about the mad thing and you'll...
Listen, I'm around man, and myself included, like I'm on that. The people I surround myself with, because I know this shit is very common. And the reason it's common, and I'm not saying this makes it less evil and less bad, is because a lot of the men that do this kind of shit, they don't realize what's going on. You understand? So I think it's important to understand this kind of shit. So shit like that statistic that I just told you, I think that's important information. Yeah, you should know that as a man. So when you see, like I've seen dickhead videos online of like man walking behind gal and the gal's scared and they start speeding up trying to scare the gal and you can't do all that, bro, because it's real.
But even I see this, it's not a meme, it was a quote. It was on Instagram, I think yesterday or the day before, and it's like, educate your daughter, then it crossed it out and was like, educate your son. Yeah. Because it's like, obviously it goes both ways.
No, but it is true. I'm not even gonna lie, it don't even go both ways. Because it's like, it's as simple as this, innit? You see me, I'm a comparison man. When I explain things to people, I explain it to them on a level that I know they can understand. Yeah? So in this, what we're talking about, not necessarily domestic violence, doesn't have to be at home. Let's just talk the danger.
It's just protecting our women.
It's put it this way, it's the danger, it's the fact. I don't even know how to put it, but it's like to prove how dangerous men are to women, innit? Man have to know that. You get me? Like yourself as a man, you need to know this. You need to know this. Because again, there's no way, let's completely flip the context, innit? Because in these situations, I don't even know what to call it. Let's just call it a perpetrator and a victim, innit? That's what it is. There's no black and white, innit? There's someone that's doing something wrong. There's someone that's getting something wrong happening to them. Whether it's the full-on mad thing or just subtle stuff, it's wrong, innit? Yeah? So if man apply it in another way, yeah? So you're saying it works both ways. The reason I'm saying it can't work both ways, I don't think you can, there's little things you can say in it, but there's no way you can teach someone fully not to be a victim. You understand? Because let's put it in gang shit, what people from my world claim they understand. Can you go out there and tell your brethren, don't get killed no matter what? It's part of the thing that you're in.
I think that work both ways means, in a sense, where you have to, we know that women aren't safe, innit? So we know that men are a threat to women. So what we have to do is educate our daughters and sisters and everything like that.
There's only so far you can go, innit?
You need to protect yourself,
unfortunately. My point is, there's only so far you can go, innit?
100%. And if it's gonna be done, it's gonna happen.
When I say that, I'm not trying to say like, women are powerless and there's nothing they can do, but it's the truth, innit? Yeah. If there's danger out there, there's only so much you can do to protect yourself.
But you've got to do all that you can to protect yourself, unfortunately.
But at the same time, I know it sounds fucked, let's look at the situation that just happened. That Sarah Everard lady. But she got killed by a police officer. And you know what can you do in that situation?
He just flashed the badge. So he must have flashed the badge. Like, you are getting
get in.
Yeah.
So it's and some people are actually quick to... Because me, I don't care if you're a police officer.
I'm not getting in the
Show me your badge. Why am I getting in your car?
You say that though.
My thing is,
not everyone has that mentality.
I don't know. You don't know what that situation is. She might have been walking down the road. I'm scared. Yo, get in. I'm fed.
Yeah. But
if anything, in that situation, she done the quote unquote the right thing.
Yeah.
You know them ones. So it's like,
exactly.
You get me? So it's like, I hear you innit. But my thing is, I know it sounds fucked. You have to teach, man. Because this ain't to put down my parents or Rete, but I was only taught certain things. don't do this and don't. And it weren't really, I know it sounds fucked, but I can never say my mum sat down with me and said, don't do this to girls, don't do that to girls, don't. It was more, I learnt through example, innit?
Yeah.
I lived it at home with my parents. My dad is in the yard. I've never seen my dad bend over my mum and slap her out, and that's his wife, you get me?
Yeah.
So it's like through example. But at the same time, I've never been sat down and taught, maybe not my parents, but like even older cousins, rare to hear like, yo, you can't do this, and I know it sounds fucked. The reason I learned, I know it's this, shall I tell you how I learned? That. I'm not saying I would have been a rapist or a dirty man or whatever without this, but the way I saw that this shit was fucked is I saw a man doing it in my hood and that. They're getting beat up, getting shanked in their face and rare tear. Because you're doing things to gal and you're forcing yourself up and I just saw the way them man they're seeing in it. So it's like, okay then, cool in it. Like, I was right in it. You can't do that, man. That do that. But at the same time, and this is what I want to stress, there's certain shit that I saw when I was younger. I can't stress it enough. That I just let slide like it was nothing. Like I remember being in like year 9. And seeing man pull up in cars that are like big 20 to pick up gal in my year and drive off. And I'm like, oh yeah, bye. And then they drop them back. Oh yeah, there's my man. And yeah, he's so cool. And you know, that's Rare Tear's boyfriend and he's 20 and we're 14. And it's like, when man realise that, there's mad shit going on. And it's like, obviously, like I said, I was 14 or whatever. And man, there's big man, like what could I do in it? Really, but at the same time, if we're being honest, I saw nothing wrong. I saw like, even if I did see nothing wrong, man was seen as a hater, man was seen as even I know it sounds fucked, man will hear occasions where like, it might not even be a force-up thing, but when I was younger, it became popular where there'll be gal that's on certain things and bear man will go in the alley and rare tear and lineups and then rare tear. And I was on a brother like, is this right kind of thing? Like,
and these are little girls.
Yeah, and it's like, in certain times you can see the girl saying, yeah, I'm on it, but you can clearly see it's like, man, then, bro, she is not on it. She, you know them way there. And it's like, I'll be in situations like, cool, you lot are doing this, like, cool, I'm not, and walk away. Like, I'm a hero. Like, I didn't do it, I'm a good man. It's like, what the fuck? And it's like, this was everyday shit. And like I said, it took having daughters, it took social media for me to sadly understand this shit. Like I said, I wasn't involved in it, but man understood what an enabler was. That's the word, innit? Man understood, man has been around a lot of fuckery, innit?
And you're not the only one, though.
We're not in it, but I think it's smart.
You don't even realise they're enablers. Your brethren are doing mad things in front of you and you're not even...
You need to understand. But like I said, I don't even want to say it. And that's why I can't even make eye contact with you. Like, it's so awkward. Because I don't want to say, oh, it wasn't that mad, though. Because it's like, it kind of was.
But
in
this
a
is
way,
your time to speak, though.
It's like, it's there was a lot of shit that was fucked still. There was, But again, it's like, you just have to learn, man. And like, I don't know, man. There's certain things, it's not even about making it right. Because again, there's nothing I done personally. But again, there's people that I knew that were doing certain things and things was going on. And man kind of brushed it under the carpet just because everybody else was.
Even you saying it, enablers, obviously, okay, I know you're not just saying it's just guys, but even girls are enablers. Like their friends could be in situations and they're just there like that.
That's what I'm saying.
As a female myself, I've been in a predicament before where I was with my friend and things, you know, and...
But that's where the education comes in, where it's like, right, you need to know that...
How to act in that situation. Like, and I remember someone saying to me, I think it was even my sister, like, roll with people that have got you. Do you know what I mean? You can't be with people that if shit gets on top, they're gonna run away. Like you need friends that are gonna.
The only thing I can say in that situation, is sometimes even you yourself, you can be in a situation and you don't even know how to react to it. Like you might freeze up or you don't react. Because I've been in situations before and before the situation has occurred, I've thought about how I would act if I was in that situation.
And you didn't act that way.
I've been in, and I'm in a situation, and then after I'm deep in it, I'm like, rah.
You feel violated.
I'm deep in a violation, but at the time, I couldn't even, like, there was no...
You can't control the...
So you can't even say to a girl, obviously, cool, you should step in, but sometimes
you can't.
That girl at the time is
doesn't
even...
know how to act.
If you ain't even backing yourself, how can
but
you
I think when you're a victim in a situation, and you don't like, it's more common for you to not know how to necessarily
freeze up.
Yeah, because as much as you can talk a good game, when you're put in a predicament, it's a different story.
different.
Like you
It is
are
different.
Even you're deep in rate. Is this happening to you?
Yeah, like, and then even you think, no, it's not really that, but it's that. Do you know what I mean? It's not. Oh no, it's not really that because it's that. It's the same.
Yeah.
And even when you said before, about being in school and seeing certain things, and I think time brings clarity. Because when I look back on certain things in my younger days, it feels mad. But you told me once before, sometimes you're traumatized and your brain blocks it out. So sometimes I've been thinking about things and I'm unlocking things that I've blocked out in my mind before. Then the time is bringing clarity to me. Not only have I blocked out what actually happened in this situation, I haven't even understood how I fully grasped.
And then when you go and deep it again, it's like, wait, hold on.
But I'm violated. What do I do? And you're saying, you know what you're saying? Oh, you're not complicit. Like you didn't do what you should have done at the time. It's too late now. We're years and years and years.
You carry that anger and those emotions,
resentment.
Of course. You know what it is? Why it's kind of fucked as a man, because it's like you said, like they're putting man on lists and shit.
Fucked
like
up.
It's like again, this ties into it perfectly. Right now, there's a hashtag online. Not all men. And it's like...
Sorry, guys. Keep talking. I need to hear. Sorry, you keep talking. I just need to wait.
Later. Wait, take yours, mic.
Yeah, not all men, innit? And basically, it's trying to be like, raw. Not all men are dangerous. Not all... I know it sounds fucked, but if
What's your stance on that, then?
This is my stance, innit?
Sorry,
you can go on Google... and see that women are killed by a man
3 times every 3 days.
That's an only per man.
How can you say not all men?
That's an only per
fair
man.
enough. Cool. It might not be every single man, but if it's 1 in 3, like say I told you 1 in 3 of these sweets are gonna kill you, are you gonna yam any of them?
No.
There you go.
Yeah,
so it's like you're gonna when it might look like generalizing because of the English language, innit? But at the same time, it's just about being aware of the dangers. Because again, when you relate it to other things, people will understand. You get me? Like people, if you put it with like black and white people, some people, you might make a generalization, oh yeah, white people do this, if someone comes out and says, oh, not all white people, you're gonna be like, brother, what are you talking about? But bad things happen though. So who cares about you and your little 2 families over there that aren't racist? Because it's a mad thing right now. So at the same time, if you got 100 men in a room, who cares if 3 of them won't trouble you? If the other 97 will.
Problem too.
I'm gonna be wary of all of them.
No, it's true.
You understand? So it's like, that's how it goes. So it's like, the not all men thing.
You're not hearing
how much I understand, I'm open-minded. I understand that a good man might see all this stuff about men and think, what? That's not me. Brother, shut the fuck up though.
It's not about that though.
It's exactly.
That's
about the danger's real.
It's about like, forget about what you're doing.
The danger's
Think
real.
about what's actually happening
and
how you can...
Like I said, just relate it to other shit. Relate it to other shit, man them. The man them on the roads, feds, police. Some feds are cool. What you saying? You're gonna be cool to all the feds?
Nah,
no,
never,
you're knowing
never
that bare feds are on fuckery, so you don't like none of them. I know it sounds fucked. It's
true, no, it's true.
That's what happens. When a majority of something is away, human nature, whatever you want to call it, common sense, you're gonna say, yo, I have to be wary of them people.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against them. It's not about having anything against them. It's about reality.
Prevention is better than cure, innit?
It's about reality.
Yeah.
So it's like again, I saw someone online say, and it's a celebrity, big time celebrity. I don't even say their name, get in trouble or whatever, because they might. But big time celebrity.
Big talker.
Yeah. But they said like, raw. As much as I understand it's scary to walk around at night, we shouldn't be saying all men because men's mental health is at stake. Like that's bullshit.
It's not about that though.
It's not.
It's not about that. It's about
exactly.
the whole story is about what women go through on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Every woman has got a story.
Every single woman.
Every single
young
one.
girls, like young girls that haven't even
not even
had
women.
They said
kids.
They said there's some survey. 97% of women have had an experience. Yeah.
Yes.
And I see people online saying the other 3% that said no is probably because they don't even understand the full
Their
extent.
experience is...
You get me?
They don't realise
And that's
that,
the
yeah.
fuck.
I just said though.
So it's like,
Like-
when man understand this, it's like raw.
Women downplay their experiences all the time because they think, oh, it's not the big
that.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's true.
but it's still wrong. Do you know what I mean? You've still gone through something you shouldn't have had to have gone through.
And even to throw a spanner in the works here, when you remove the violence from a situation, as a woman sometimes, and especially a black woman, you lot can like. You are in situations sometimes where you might speak out on something and you are told, you're this, of course.
Yeah.
Look at Meghan
Why did
Markle's
you dress
interview.
like that?
You know what I'm saying?
That, yo.
That's a mad.
Yeah,
And imagine, because I've got a son in it, so not that I can't understand, but I do understand because of myself and my brethrens, whatever, my family. But having a child that's a daughter, a black child. Imagine now they're in a situation and people ain't believing them.
Yeah.
They've experienced.
That's what I said.
They're talking
I will
against
Always
them.
believe your children.
anything. If my daughter comes in
gotta
and
take
says,
it
yo,
But
my
then-
teacher grew wings and flew around the room, I'm gonna come and clip off them blood clot wings. You understand? I believe anything my youth tells me. You
But
understand?
Kids, I feel like with kids as well, where they're not necessarily where they're so young and fresh. I don't think they're necessarily gonna come and chat they're gonna talk
But
the
that's
real,
as a parent, you have to
Know your
instill
child.
that in
Like
them.
I said,
and
when I
teach
say I
them.
believe everything
kids
my
what
child will
to
tell
teach
me,
them.
a lot of the time when children are telling
stories.
adults about traumatic experiences, they're talking about it like it's not traumatic. Because obviously the adult that's done whatever they've done to them is styling it in a way like it's not wrong.
Yeah.
So some youths will come out and just say, Uncle Rete just done the mad thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not that dad is gonna be like, what now? Uncle Rete, he goes
Wouldn't
to
do
church,
that.
Rete.
You go in
Brother,
the words.
I'm dead there. It's not
Yeah.
even a phone call thing. You're seeing me. You understand? And it's unfortunate that that's the case, but the world is the world. You get me? And it's like, I'm glad I have this brain in my head. 'Cause like I said, certain people, they're not on that. They want,
Hide. Be complicit.
I don't even know what to call it, man.
Yeah.
It's like, they want to, maybe it's a pride thing or they just can't believe it. Or sometimes some people just, like I said, they'll do it, like I said, when that list came out online. Oh yeah, Lippy's too real. These are people that don't know me. So say I really was on that. They don't know me through YouTube clips and Instagram.
Yeah.
They think I won't do. I know it sounds fucked. I'm great that it seems that way, innit?
Yeah.
And it is
But you
that
can
way.
never
But at the
truly
same
know
time, you
someone.
never know.
Yeah.
You never know. So it's like, it's fucked, man. It's fucked.
crazy.
It's fucked.
We
You
need
get
to
me?
protect women, fam.
Yeah.
We
Big
do, man.
thing.
Because I know a lot of people, even on the flip side, a lot of people like to talk about, lie, but I know it sounds fucked. The ratio is nowhere near the same, innit?
No.
For that to be, like, me being on that list, I know it sounds fucked, has not affected me in the slightest. And there's people that believe it.
Yeah.
That says it all. There's people that believe I'm an abuser and and my life hasn't even changed. And that says it all. Because again, there's men on that list that really are abusers.
No consequence.
And nothing has happened.
No
Look at the
So it's
conviction
like,
rate for rape, though. It's,
But
it's
in comparison,
ridiculous,
when you
man.
look at what happens, to Nazis, rapists versus like drug dealers and stuff like that, it just speaks volume because
Yeah,
it shows
yeah.
what people see as bad or
and it shows what the
non-conformist-
justice system is focused on.
Well,
as well,
there you are
really.
then. Do you know what I'm saying?
So,
Man, it's mad still. But
100%.
we got to wrap it up, guys. We got to wrap it up. That was a good talk.
Serious
and
talk.
I just want to big up every gal because it is still International Women's Month. Big up yourself. Don't
Big
be
up the
afraid.
gal,
We are with you. We stand with you. Don't ever let nobody try put you down, shut you down. Talk your truth. Live your truth.
Yes.
And so follow us
safe.
on our socials. Down to Mars Official.
Tweet Down to Mars on Twitter.
Yeah.
YouTube, I'm sure it's down there. Don't know it, but it's down
All the
there.
good stuff.
Hashtag Down to Mars if you want us to find it.
Like and
Yeah, man. What Lippy
Come on,
said,
subscribe
man.
to our
Yeah.
thing if you're
Yeah.
watching this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we will see you next week for another amazing episode. Stay tuned.